Notre Dame has now won 3 games in a row and climbed back up to 16th in the AP poll. We bring in our partner, Eric Hansen from blueandgold.com. Eric, lots to talk about with this Fighting Irish football team, and they're doing a lot more well than they are wrong. But we need to explore what's good and what's bad with this team after 5 games. But we'll start with the positive. Defensively, they have looked a lot more sound the last few weeks. Particularly, I know you're talking about the middle of their defense, how strong the linebacker play has been.
Yeah, we've been so focused on where's the pass rush and the back end of the defense. What about the linebackers? And I think quietly they've struggled a little bit with getting used to the scheme, especially Drake Bowen, who's a captain, and Jalen Sneed, who's one of the most athletic linebackers in the country.
Sure.
And we saw them show up on Saturday. That was a big deal. And we're talking, the last 2 games they've played teams ranked in the top 10 nationally in total offense. But for Sneed to make an impact both in the pass rush and his coverage, Drake Bowen really impacting the game, I think that's the next step for this defense, is those linebackers really having a presence.
Well, they certainly had a great game on Saturday, married it with great secondary play with the 4 interceptions and a great pass rush, as you mentioned, and they held Boise State to just 7 points. One area, though, where I think the Irish are concerned, and with good reason, is the kicking game. Noah Burnett has been dealing with a rash of lower body injuries over the last couple of weeks. He's not guaranteed to be able to play this week, and right now Notre Dame doesn't know who their backup kicker is.
They don't, and they really need to identify one or the other. So the 2 guys that are playing for that is freshman Eric Schmidt, who's got a very powerful leg. Is he reliable from an accuracy standpoint? Marcello Diamede, who's probably a little bit more accurate, doesn't have the range. But they need to get to a point where you're confident that in a game, in a big game, that they can make a big field goal, because it might come back down to that. Maybe not this week against NC State, but you have USC coming in. They really need to get that settled, because that could be the difference in staying in the college playoff talk or Pop-Tart talk.
And that's certainly where they want to be. USC is only 2 weeks away, so assuming Burnett's not healthy, and perhaps even if he is healthy this Saturday, do one of these guys need to make a real kick, do you think?
I think so. And when you think about 4th downs going for it, Notre Dame was one of the top 10 teams in conversions last year. They're in the bottom 4th in terms of 4th down conversions this year. So it's really critical that they get this kicking situation, because they're not automatic on 4th down like they were last year.
All right, Notre Dame getting ready for its second of 3 straight home games this Saturday. They'll be hosting NC State at 3:30. This is the one game this year that is not on network television, so you're going to have to find Peacock to watch it. You can check out Eric's work anytime at blueandgold.com. I'm Pete Byrne from WSBT-22 News. For more Notre Dame stories, like and subscribe to the WSBT-22 YouTube page. Thanks for watching.